What are we looking for? Dogs.
What's good, YouTube? Bishop or Bird. We back on Bird's Eye View with it. Like always, appreciate the love and support. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Stop what you're doing. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button. Hop in the comment section. Comment whatever you want. Of course, I'm dropping daily bangers day by day. You know we got news of the day coming out of Colorado. And we're going to jump right into it, dog. We got Quentin Gibson. We all know about the 3-star wide receiver, 5'9", $165 out of Fort Worth, Texas. In that 2025 class, a top 150 wide receiver in the country, a top 160 overall player coming out of state of Texas. Of course, this young man blazing speed, dog. I mean, speed on top of speed, lightning in a bottle. Of course, he's one of the fastest players in this class. Young man just has burners for days, an explosive wide receiver, highly productive at the high school level. He's one of those type of guys, man, when the ball gets in his hands, everybody stand up. I mean, you just want to see exactly what he's going to do. Home run hitting ability, very explosive, very shifty, very solid route runner, smoothing in and out of his breaks. Really good hands, good short area quickness, and the ability to make guys miss in space. Really good long speed. I mean, in my opinion, like I've mentioned in multiple videos, his size is the only reason why he's a 3-star. I mean, this young man has unreal production at the high school level, looking at a 253-yard, 4-touchdown game this season. Of course, through 3 games, right? He had over 500 yards and 11 touchdowns through 4 games, right? He had over 580 yards, 13 touchdowns. I mean, he's just done some unreal things, put up some unreal numbers against some good competition in Texas high school football. Of course, this young man, right, he visited Boulder, and obviously he mentioned about his visit. He said that it was up there for sure. Of course, he mentioned that, he was keeping an eye out on our Colorado program. Of course, there's some other schools high on his list as well, but in my opinion, dog, this is one that I really strongly feel like he's going to be a Colorado Buffalo. That visit went great. And this just reminds me of LeJontay Wester 2.0, dog. I mean, it just seems like a perfect match for this young man to be in Boulder, Colorado. In 11 games this season, he had 70 catches for 1,485 yards for 26 tuds. Again, the playoff game that he just played in against Odessa, he had 6 catches for $175 and 4 more tuds. I mean, he's got over 1,500 yards, 30 touchdowns. He's unreal. Let's keep it going, dog. Of course, we got Alex McPherson, 3-star defensive lineman, 6'5", 250 out of Stuart, Florida, IMG Academy. He's in that 2025 class, a top 100 defensive lineman in the country, a top 130 overall player coming out of the state of Florida. Of course, we mentioned about him as well, athletic defensive lineman that plays with his hair on fire. A lot of hustle and effort on tape. You can see him relentlessly get into the football, something that Coach Prime preaches, get to the ball. He does that at a good rate. Physical at the attack point, can split double teams well also. Plays inside a lot, right? You see a lot of 2 wide, 3 tech on tape. But of course, he has the ability to play on the edge as well too. Saw some 5 tech also. Of course, he transitions to be an edge rusher at the next level. Started his career off at Martin County High School as a sophomore in 2022, 53 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, had 7 sacks. Transferred to IMG, had a solid junior campaign. Started off his senior year really hot. First 6 games, 30 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, 7 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. Now, obviously, we all know that this young man, he did commit to Oklahoma State back in June. Now, obviously, we offered him on Halloween, right? He has other offers as well, Indiana, Pitt, Michigan State, just to name a few. He was at the visit for the Utah matchup. I was able to see him in person. Size is definitely verified. I mentioned to him, I said, hey, dog, we need you, man. Of course, he mentioned, obviously, that he was focusing on his senior season, right? So he really wasn't too locked into his recruitment. He wanted to go ahead and finish his senior season. But now that that season is over, he was able to kind of focus a little bit more on his recruitment. And I'm really strong on this young man, too, as well. I think this is one that we flip, honestly, from Oklahoma State. Of course, the relationship was kind of young at the beginning because we came in so late at his recruitment. But I mean, I think this is one where we're really trending to flip this young man. I mean, that IMG to Boulder pipeline is legit. And I think this is one that we will lock in and bring to Boulder, Colorado. Of course, we'll see exactly what it transpires. Let's keep it rolling. Another IMG Academy ascender, Michael Carroll. We all know about the 5-star interior offensive lineman, 6'6", 315 out of Doylestown, Pennsylvania. IMG Academy in that 2025 class, the #1 interior offensive lineman in the country, the #1 overall player coming out of the state of Florida, a top 15 national player. Of course, a super athletic interior offensive lineman that's well put together and nasty at the point of attack. Comes from an athletic family. Father played linebacker at Penn State. Mom played basketball at Michigan State. He is one of the most athletic offensive linemen in this class, likely the best puller in the country. You'll see on tape explosively getting out of his stance and looking to do damage on opposing defenders. Very solid in pass pro as well. Nice wide base, long arms. Definitely plays with a mean streak. Whether it's in pass pro, run blocking, I mean, he's consistently looking to put defenders in the dirt. Of course, he's a multi-sport athlete. We mentioned how he wrestles as well. Love that from our trench play guys. I mean, he has day one plug and play type of potential. I mean, reminds you a lot of Jordan Seaton. Obviously came from the exact same school. Jordan Seaton was the #1 tackle in the country. Michael Carroll is the #1 guard, interior offensive lineman in the country. They're both #1 at their respective positions, both coming from a program like IMG Academy. I mean, this just screams, right? Another opportunity like Jordan Seaton. Now, obviously, he was committed to Alabama. We offered him, of course, on September 17th. He took that visit, right? He was also at the Utah game, was also able to see him as well. Size is definitely verified. I mentioned to him, too, hey, dog, we need you. Come up to score in Boulder, Colorado. Now, of course, after the visit, his pops said that my kid was awestruck with the scenery and everything. He said the Buffs are giving his son a lot to think about. The attention, the success of other offensive linemen playing early. Obviously, Jordan Seaton coming in, being a plug-and-play guy, starting right away and having high-level success. Jordan Seaton's going to be a freshman All-American, so you can see the development that Coach Phil Lodeholt, one of the best offensive line coaches in the country, where that is right now at Boulder, Colorado. And, of course, Cash Cleveland, right? A young man that's a walk-on that wasn't starting early. Once he got his opportunity, look at the development with Cash Cleveland as well, too. Of course, a program that's winning and is looking to continue to win in the future. Of course, we got our QB1 of the future, right, with 5-star Julian Lewis. Now, his pops did tell Bama 247 that everything still remains the same with his son's future plans. As of right now, we've seen this before, though. Let's just keep an eye out on that. We've had high-level recruits, parents say similar things, and we still land a young man. Let's keep it rolling. Got Carde Smith, 4-star offensive tackle, 6'6", 295 out of Mobile, Alabama, 2025 class. Top 25 offensive tackle in the country. Top 15 overall player coming out of the state of Alabama. Top 250 national player. This is currently the highest uncommitted offensive tackle in the country. An athletic offensive tackle who's consistently strong at the point of attack. His size and frame combined with good play strength enhances his ability to win in the trenches. An aggressive drive blocker in the run game that has natural power. Nice frame to add more weight on at the next level. Of course, he was committed, right, to that USC program. Now, obviously, he recently decommitted from the Trojans. He visited Boulder for the Baylor game. He also visited Boulder again for the Cincinnati game. Of course, that game he was there with Julian Lewis as well, too. Obviously, we received multiple crystal balls to land this young man. It's only a matter of time, in my opinion, with him. I think he's a buff lock dog. And y'all been supporting me. Y'all been rocking with me for a while, man. So y'all know when I'm strong on a player committing to this program, like I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm not, blowing smoke or anything like that. Like I'm not leaning towards guys that don't have a chance to come to this program. Like I feel like all signs just point to Carde Smith being a buff. We just flipped Juju. It's only a matter of time. Let's keep it rolling, dog. Nathaniel Owusu-Boateng, 5-star linebacker, 6'2", 210 out of Manassas, Virginia. Salute to Virginia. Of course, IMG Academy 2025 class. Rivals has him listed as the #2 linebacker in the country. He's a top 20 overall player. The #4 player coming out of the state of Florida. Of course, a very athletic and instinctive linebacker who can play in space. His speed allows him to make plays all over the field. I mean, this is the sideline type of guy. Has elite chase down ability. Despite playing at just over 200 pounds, I mean, he plays a really good play strength, dog. I mean, his athleticism allows him to be great in coverage. Of course, he can mirror tight ends underneath or up the seam as well. Obviously, he's really good at covering the running back out the backfield. His older brother is Jeremiah Owusu-Boateng. Of course, he was a second-round pick out of Notre Dame, a linebacker in 2021. Now, obviously, this young man has had some high-level success at IMG Academy. This one here is basically boiling down to 2 schools, if we're being honest right now. It's basically boiling down to 2 schools. Now, obviously, he visited Boulder. He's been on campus twice. One was a weekend, like game day type of visit. The other one was a midweek visit that we recently got, right? And it's interesting, right? This is going to be an interesting one here. Of course, he said he had a great time at Colorado. It was his first time seeing mountains. He met with Coach Prime, Coach Hart, Coach Dardenbox, and said it was a family atmosphere, right? He also mentioned the opportunity to play early is at Colorado. He enjoyed learning about our scheme. He knows if he comes to CU that we have a good plan in store for him. Now, like I said, this one here is going to be interesting. He is planning to commit on December 4th. Now, obviously, we know there have been some rumbles with Michigan as well. This one here is basically coming down to Michigan and Colorado, to be honest with you. Now, of course, we emerged as a top school for this young man. In my opinion, right, 2 schools, Colorado and Michigan. Now, obviously, he did get a crystal ball to Michigan. That does not mean that he's going to the Michigan program, but he does have a crystal ball there. Like I said, this is coming down to Michigan and it's coming down to Colorado, right? In my opinion, I still feel great where we are. Of course, some sources in On3 feel like we're in the lead as well with this young man. Of course, we're going to see exactly how to transpire, but there is an opportunity for him to come in and compete to be able to play right away. We know we're losing our top 2 linebackers with Levante Bentley and, of course, with Nikhil Green as well, too. So you watch his tape, as you say, you see him playing in space, you see him playing in the box, you see him playing off the edge. I mean, he's legit a 3-down linebacker with speed, right? Violence. He has the right makeup. He has everything that you're looking for in a linebacker. He does possess that to get the job done. So we're going to see exactly what will transpire with this young man here. Again, he will be announcing his commitment on December 4th. Of course, we'll be right here on Bird's Eye View with it. Last, but certainly not least here, right? We got London Merritt. We all know about the 4-star defensive lineman, 6'3", 255 out of Atlanta, Georgia, 2025 class, a top 5 defensive lineman in the country, a top 60 national player, a versatile defensive lineman that has the ability to play inside or on the edge. Plays with really good hands, moves really well for his size, athletic. He caught touchdown passes at tight end this past season. Good short area quickness and the ability to change direction. Good dip and bendability. Has a track background. Of course, in 2022, he actually ran a 12.48 in the 100 and 25.93 in the 200. Of course, at 2023 at Woodward Academy, he finished with 31 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 11 quarterback hurries, and 5 sacks. Of course, in 2024, he played his season at IMG Academy, had some good production as well. Now, obviously, he did commit to Ohio State. He committed to the Buckeyes back in March. It was the end of March. Now, he just recently decommitted from the Buckeyes literally as I was making this video. And right now, signs point to Colorado. Obviously, he's visited Boulder multiple times. He just had a midweek visit as well. I mean, of course, his family really enjoyed the visit. Of course, Coach Prime even braided his little sister's hair. I mean, right now, this one's trending. Ohio State was already worried a little bit, right? Because they had an alert level out on this young man. It was an orange alert level on this young man. So normally when a player is possibly flipping to another program, right, they have alert levels, right, of pretty much green, yellow, orange, and red. Red is obviously you're really concerned. Orange, basically there's a strong chance that kid could flip. Yellow, you're kind of iffy or whatever. Green, you're not really worried about it. So there was an orange level alert, right, with this young man. They put that out not too long ago from one of their lead guys. And now, boom, we have a decommitment. So we're going to see exactly what it transpired. He was one of the ones that I was strong about from that IMG to Boulder pipeline, that video that I made that I said that, there were 3 or 4 out of that 4 that I was really strong on. He was one of the 3. So we're going to see exactly what happened. Not going to keep it long. I just want to bring you guys a phenomenal update. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Bird's Eye View, man.